Welcome to Dr. Real Estate. Today we're going to talk about how to track your numbers. It's going to be presented in a couple of different segments, so you'll be able to go from one segment to the next. The first segment is going to be a basic introduction. So let me move forward with that at this point. Hang on one second. Let me get my computer set up. Okay. Why in the world would you want to do this? I know that tracking numbers is like the most boring thing in the world for real estate agents, you professional salespeople. God bless you. I hate doing numbers. But if you don't know how you're doing, then you don't know when it's time to make a mid-course correction. I expect that you already have a goal set up, and this is tracking against that goal. Unless you track, you don't know where you are. So that's the reason behind it. Now, I want to differentiate between data and information. The transactions that you have in real estate, when you close a buyer transaction or a seller transaction, there's a huge amount of data that you've collected along the way. It's hard to make decisions based on data. You can only make a decision based on information. So we have to tease that information out from all of the data, and that's what these Excel spreadsheets do for you. You are going to be entering your data in the transaction spreadsheet, and your information will appear in your statistics spreadsheet. These Excel spreadsheet uses a feature called pivot tables. Now, you don't need to know what a pivot table is. You don't need to know how to create a pivot table. The analogy I want to offer you is if you were a carpenter, you would be using a skill saw to cut your lumber to the dimensioned lengths you need to build your project. You don't know how to make a skill saw. You don't know about the machining process and the electrical wiring that has to occur to make that blade spin so fast. But you do, as a carpenter, you do know how to use the skill saw. So your pivot table is simply a tool that you don't have to know how it works. You just have to know the use you can make from it. So with that analogy, I want to tell you that the two spreadsheets are going to go into your transaction spreadsheet. Let me explain that just briefly. This is where you record all of your pending and closed transactions. It is not designed to contain active listings. Its official name is Track Your Trans 2010 XLS. Now, it's important. Don't change the name. If you do think you have a better name and you want to change it, then this spreadsheet's not going to work. It's not going to accomplish what it is that you hope for it to accomplish. And you'll be sending me an email asking for my help. The second spreadsheet is your statistics spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet where all of your statistics are automatically calculated for you. You're not really entering any information into this spreadsheet. It's all being drawn out of the transaction spreadsheet. So before I go to segment 2, I'm going to end this segment at this point, and I am going to invite you to join me on segment 2. See you on the other side in just a few minutes.